to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. What's a curse? A curse is something good or a curse is something bad? Something bad, right? And a curse really involves really like let me say, alright, every time you try to leave train lines, a car only coming down bunks with them, you know, that is like some type of something wrong, you know. So it's the same thing what Moses trying to prove to the children of Israel, that curses will come upon, right? So let me examine some of these curses, right? It says, curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field, right? So let me ask you a question. What's the lowest part of a city? Yeah, the lowest part of a city. Yeah, like hometown, and with some low hometowns that, Trinidad don't like, oh, yeah, you're not going there for sure. You hear people say that nothing good coming from there.
Like most places, like areas where Kodam thing,
Like Kodam thing, right? Like here, Beaton, Sea Lots, and thing, right? And it says, curse shall thou be in the city. Let me ask you a question. Who type of people does be dwelling in these type of places? Is it people like, them Syrians, them so-called Indians and things, understand that? Or is it mainly people like me and you? You know? It's like people like me and you, only in these places and thing, and people fear to come here because why? They don't want to see, a black person walking on the road, right? So it's people like me and you, and it's who does live inside it. And when coming to the lowest paying jobs and thing, like jobs like where BC or whatever low paying jobs the government try to offer, is who does be trying to fight up to get all these low paying jobs to try to survive and to take care of their family and all these things. It's who does be doing these things? Now people like me and you, right? There's always some happy story with some Syrian going to school and some other nation, but me and you, we had to fight up and thing, right? So it says, and cursed shall thou be in the field, right? Out of all nations that on the face of the earth, who was cursed to work in the fields, hot sun, laboring whole day, right? They had no type of reward and all these other stuff, because, alright, think about it, right? A farmer could go and plant crops and come back and do whatever he want, right? But if you curse our field, right, that means you can't basically live. So people was cursed like that, not people like me and you, right? Right, and I'll share this, right? This one here, right? This is Deuteronomy 20 and 54. So it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Now, I ran after this, and you had to be real, who is the only people on the face of the earth that does pull on their brother You know? Like, exactly, right? Like, somebody said belt, somebody said slippers, and that person said, listen, what are slippers, man? What are belts, I don't know how hard he works for this one, he can't, certain opportunities you trying to elevate yourself, your own people only coming and block you from these kind of opportunities, right? And who is that? At the end of the day, watching all these places and all these businesses, right? We could never fully function together in these places and these businesses, as a team. We can't come together and say, we doing this, Even all the killings, all the murders, right? What is it from who? Let be real. Out of all the races in Trinidad, who committed the most crime? Who in Trinidad, Like, okay, was it?
that's well abnormal.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Everybody doing
yeah,
their
but you doing your own thing. But check it out, right? If a man come now in a car to rob we, and let me say we catch him and we unmask him, what's the probability that he being like we? Because why? We have nothing, you know. We trying our best to survive and to think, but we can't even do this, right? And keep in mind, that Moses said that these things will happen to the Israelites, right? Right. So this is the book of Deuteronomy 28, right? A few more verses, right? The Deuteronomy 28 and 64. So it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. There thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right. So let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Pertaining to scriptures, right? What religion so-called Jesus Christ was when he was on the face of the earth? You had Baptist, you had Pentecostal, you had Adventist and things back there. You ever see these things in any scriptures and things?
Nah,
Right? Nah, well, I'm telling you something. Christians was a term that they used to call the men that used to preach the gospel. Christianity wasn't this thing where, they come to the other Christian and this and that, because nowhere you could ever find the laws of Christianity. You would find the laws of our Bible, right? So it says, right? And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right? So what is that common term of wood that what is that common term a wood that a lot of people does worship today? That's so-called the old rugged cross, and they're wearing a cross over neck and Christianity and thing, understand that? Right? So pertaining to the stone also. Alright, you're a Muslim for how much years now?
Right.
5 years, right? You ever hear about nobody who called Kaaba stone, understand that, right? And the Russian thing, that is in Mecca and thing, right? But why some things that be going on to the Kaaba stone? You doesn't see them singing and kissing up the stone and worshipping the stone like if it's some type of thing, like if you're the stone holy. There are people who pay millions of dollars just to go by that stone to be so-called blessed, But I thought that at the end of the day, you're supposed to be blessed regardless of everything, you're supposed to be loved, right? But if you check it out, right? And in the so-called Quran, they say, you shouldn't have other gods before him, right? But there are a lot of people who worshiping this so-called stone and bowing down to it and spending all their cash just to be around it. I'm sure if you go out and pull up videos, you're going to see people kissing it, hugging it, and security out of the way going, come back from the stone, like, come back from the stone, like, And sorry to say, when you go into that, they're already going into a form of idolatry. And the Bible says that the so-called Israelites will not be in this form of affliction. Because once again, when you check it out, right? Back then, it's not people like me and you who are joined, right? Back then, it's people like them, right? And God saying that all these things would happen to the Israelites, right? So these Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemy for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Right? So let me ask you this, who is the only people on the face of the earth that went through slavery on ships? Yeah, we the only people that went through slavery on ships. Why? Why at the end of the day? Because we break God's commandments. And now we forced to live a life like this, Mother and father in the house, Like, alright, single parent household. Who that time? Yeah, everybody else had a family, but we had to sacrifice and we had to, deal with our mother and father, and, we had to grow up and this and that, right? Exactly. Long time used to be a normal thing, right? For you to bury your mother and your father, right? But now your mother and your father burying you. And how much times that was happening in a household like me and you? Plenty times, huh? Plenty times, So bro, what I here to show you is, right, you would see these things happening in the scriptures, no thing like, what they're telling you in the churches that, God this and God that and thing and this and that, So these things would happen to the Israelites, right? So what that would make me and you? What that would make me and you? Because if Moses saying that these things happen to the so-called Israelites, what that would make me and you? Make the Israelites, right? Because think about it, right? All these things only happening to the Israelites. Who else nation does go through these type of cases? Who else nation does go through these kind of cases? Right? Everybody else have a kind of happy ending, Once again, you would see these nations and them in schools and help and this and that. But what about me and you? Nothing for me and you. Right? We're the onlyest nation that don't get nothing. Look all in Trinidad, right? Who own all the big businesses in Trinidad? Right? Yeah, who own Chinese and this and that, right? And we was here before them, right? So my point what I'm trying to show you is that Moses said, right? Truly will I God that these things gonna happen to the yeah, my name I say. And Moses says, truly will I God that these things will happen to the Israelites, so that would make me and you Israelites, right? Now I know you might say, well, on the Muslim thing, but when I think about it, right, Muslims wouldn't even teach your nationality as a black youth, and alright, they would say the so-called Palestinians and all these other things need help and things, right? But what about the help we need as a nation to uplift ourselves? What about the help we need, right? So that's the point I want to share, right? And last thing I want to share, right? What I say so-called Jesus Christ is, right? What I say is he's some type of white person with pale skin and blue eyes and thing and this and that. You would find that anyway in the scriptures.
I believe in that.
You believe in that? And
God,
this and
I believe. God, so I know to myself, though, I believe God unknown. Everybody had their own God who they speak.
everybody had their own God. Yeah, but
But my belief, and I know that God unknown.
God what?
God unknown.
God unknown. But alright, check it out. It's like this, right?
God still.
Alright, so check it out. It's like this, right? Now, at the end of the day, right? Things could deceive you, right? So how to know things could not deceive you? Like, alright, what kind of bird is this? If let's say these some type little parrot bird and stuff, right? How to know that it's not a parrot bird? Right?
What's so right?
How to know that this is not no type of parrot bird, right? Yeah, you had to know, you had to study, you had to look into it, and you had to see this and that, right? Yeah, very troubling, right? Yeah, so how to know that these not a parrot bird? Like, alright, the Prime Minister, right? If I come and I take the Prime Minister like Donald Trump, right? I take him and I bring him here to Trinidad and Tobago and I say this is Prime Minister. How to know that is not the Prime Minister? You have to do the research, you have to do the history. So even in the scriptures, it have a description of how so-called Jesus Christ was, right? So I'll share this, right? So let me see through the scriptures if that is how he was pertaining to what the so-called churches say, right? So this is Revelation 1 and verse 13, right? So it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle, right? So John here saying that we see the Son of Man. Who is the Son of Man? The Son of Man is who does call so-called Jesus Christ, right? So John seen him, right? So let we see, right? It says his heads and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, right? So he says that how his heads and his hair were white like wool, right? Wool, right? What textiles wool like that sheep body, right? Now if I was to take that sheep foot and put it on somebody's head, right? What type of person that would refer to, right? Does the so-called white people have woolly hair?
I know you're talking about
Yeah.
like them foreign and them
Yeah, so
foreigners out there.
right, but check it out. What kind of compact, what kind of selector, what kind of hair you would say people like you have, right? Yeah, like kind of wool, yeah, because if your hair you could grow your hair into afro and thing, right? You could grow your hair into kind of afro, right? Your nationality, your father was Trinidad and Douglas or something.
You like mix.
Next, what about his great grandfather? What about his grandfather?
I'm too sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm too sure. Alright, well, like okay, right? But check it out, right? If she lose out, if she lose out, what kind of she got have like another kind of afro, like so that was what the scripture is saying. That's how so-called Christ was, right? He was like wolves, and wool just mean nothing, right? Anything wool is nothing because if you buy a ball of wool, right, and you had on thing to knit it and crochet it and thing, right? And you check it out, right? And it says, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they have burnt in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters, right? So he says that how his feet, right, the complexion, right, was like if brass burnt in a furnace. If I burn anything, what color I got to? it will turn black, right? And if I burn it in a furnace, like you know them furnace, them big in furnace thing, where it come real dark black, eh? So that is how black so-called Lord was, right? And let me be real, right? If your feet this color, you expect your hand to be gray and then your hand be white and thing, no? Like, alright, let's say it's a crime case and you mask up, right? And I see your feet complexion. I go and say that, alright, well here, I see feet dark brown, you know, but maybe your upper body think, nah, that ain't make no sense, right? So that's just tell you what kind of complexion it was, right? So what I just come to tell you, right? And you know what the whole process and thing is about, you know, that he's really the Israelites, you know.
Yeah.
He's not really who we think he is, like for example, you know how people say we's Muslims and we's that and we's that, you know. The reason why we go through this and all these curses is because that, you know, we break the commandments of Moses, you know, we break the commandments of God. So now we're forced to suffer to serve other religions. We suffer to do all this thing about Baptist, Catholic and thing, everybody confused. And now we suffer to suffer the curses like you know, as I was telling you, your family, household and all of these other stuff. Right? I just